Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to today's official OET live session with Swoosh English. My name's Scott, OET teacher and academic director at Swoosh English. You see the banner behind me. That's who I am with today. So if you're new to this session, then welcome. Enjoy the class today. If you've been with us quite a bit so far in these official OET live sessions, then welcome back, and thanks a lot for joining me again today. So first and foremost, the first thing I want to do is make sure, of course, that everyone can hear me and that everyone can see me regardless of where you are watching from and what you are watching on, the Facebook channels or the YouTube channels, all that OET and Facebook. So if you can just confirm in the chat box, regardless of where you're watching, and let me know that you can hear me and that you can see me. My tech check so far is going well. I just want to make sure that, of course, that you guys can hear me on the other side. So please let me know. Fantastic. Okay, it always is the case. Everyone's straight away saying, yes, Scott, of course we can hear you. I know. I just have to check and make sure that you can hear me and see me as well. Okay, let's see who we have today, who's joined us so far. All right, Stella, Nobby, Itohoa, Afonso, Mohammed, Nimi, Nicole, Sherin, Seema, Jivan, Seema, Faint, have all joined us so far too. We also have Suma, Nisha, Dorothy, Anju, Eliyuki, Erin, Shelshni. I'm going to get some of these names wrong, guys. I'm very, very sorry in advance. Shajina, Jisha, Will, Erin, and Oti. Who else do we have today? We have Hema, Ashok, Gina, Fatanmi, Itohoa, Frankie, Deja Vu, I love that name. Shazrad, I think so, sorry. Vinitha, Sapira, and Exam Stuff. The mysterious Exam Stuff has joined us today. Welcome, anyone else who's coming along today. Welcome to the session, and thanks a lot for joining me. How is everyone today? I hope that you are doing really, really, really well. So can I ask, before we get started today, just to get to know you guys today, and where you are from and when you are taking the OET exam? Send in your comments to the chat box, guys. Where are you from and when are you taking the OET exam? Just a little icebreaker for you to get introduced to the session, me to hear about you and your OET preparation. I'll start by introducing myself, of course, if you're new to this session. Scott, my name is Scott, obviously, and I have been an English language teacher now for about 7 years. I've taught in many parts of the world, including China, Vietnam, Australia, Europe, and now online. I quickly became an exam preparation teacher and now do a lot for the occupational English test with Swoosh English, which I really, 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 really find very interesting in helping doctors and nurses pass their OET exam the first time. Fun fact about me, I actually worked as an OET interlocutor when I worked in Melbourne, Australia. So I have experience with doing the speaking exams officially with OET, which was a very nice experience. That's a bit about me. Oh yeah, I'm living in Ireland as well. That's where I'm from. So we have May Yabongwe from Zimbabwe. We have Fatoma with a lovely big smiley face on her. So May Tomwe is from Zimbabwe. Fatoma says, that's great, teacher. Ace is from Saudi Arabia, taking the exam in July. Shazrad is from Iran and also living in Melbourne too. Beautiful city, enjoy. We have Chinu's World is from Saudi Arabia. Anita is from Kerala, planning to take the exam after my BSc nursing exams this month. So we'll take exams after 2 months. And Exam Stuff says, I am from India and we'll be taking the test in a couple of months. Very nice. Some of you guys are taking the exam very, very, very soon. Some of you may be taking it just a little bit longer. Okay, a couple more comments before we get started. And we have Nala, who's watching from YouTube in Saudi Arabia. Suju from Singapore. We have Shijina from Kerala in India. Ricky from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Kashar from Afghanistan. Shijina's taking the exam July 24th. Dorothy from Zimbabwe, watching in Algeria, exam on the 10th of July. Zahid Bashir from Oman. Charan is from India. Not sure. One more. We have Suma from the UAE. Okay, there's a good few. Oh my goodness, we have Shaleshni is from New Zealand and taking the OET exam tomorrow. Can we just wish Shaleshni the best of luck with her OET exam as she is taking it tomorrow? Anyone else who's taking the exam tomorrow? Oh, yes, we got another person. Rotsen is taking the exam tomorrow as well. And Jisha is taking the exam tomorrow. Oh, my goodness. Anyone else taking the exam tomorrow? Best of luck to you guys. I really hope that you ace it. Thanks a lot for coming along to this last minute OET Reading Part B class. I hope to give you guys some tips in this session today, but maybe you should be relaxing, taking it easy, doing what you can to relax ahead of your big day tomorrow. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for introducing yourselves. I really appreciate that. So let's keep going, guys. Let's get into today's session. So as you know, today is going to be a reading class, and we're going to be looking at reading part B. Of course, if you've looking for some extra tips on reading part A, check out our previous 2 classes on reading part A. You can watch those on the Swoosh English Facebook channel. Come along and watch them if you want to do some reading parts as well. Okay, so what are we going to exactly do in today's reading part B class? Well, we're going to do the following. We're going to have a mini quiz on reading part B to test what you know about that part of the exam already. Some of you, I'm aware, are new to reading part B. That's completely fine. Those who have been studying OET a bit longer, I'm sure you'll ace that quiz, and it'll just consolidate your knowledge of that part of the exam. We're now going to do a walkthrough of a few sample tasks of reading part B, just to analyze and practice a few walkthrough methods to assist you in scoring higher in that part of the exam. And then we'll finish off the class with a mock exam. So we're going to have a full reading part B, mock exam, 6 activities for you to practice what we've learned today and see how well you would score, taking on board some of that information. Before we start, though, I loved asking this question because well, first and foremost, I'm a teacher, but I also hope that I can inspire and motivate people as well. That's what teachers like to do. And I want to know what your motivation is. What's your big reason for taking your OET exam? What do you want to improve in your life? What do you want to make better about your life? And that's the big reason, because I want to know you guys as well today. So is it for getting a better job? Is it for continued professional development? Is it for experience in life in a new country? Whatever your reason, let me know in the chat box, guys. Throw a few comments in and I'll read a few out here in the session today. I want to know, why are you taking the OET exam? What do you want to improve about your life in taking the OET exam? So I'm looking forward, guys, to seeing your comments, please. Let me see them. Let's just see if you've come in. And a few more people have said they're taking the exam tomorrow. Nurse Cassandra has said, I am starting to prepare by watching your videos. Hopefully I take the exam next year. I will be able to pass. Very good, Nurse Cassandra. Thank you very much. Sahara is from Oman, taking the exam in September as well. Okay, we have Sharzad has said, I really enjoy your lesson. Well, I really enjoy you telling me that too as well. And she has said, to be able to work as an intensive care unit. I think you mean in an intensive care unit, but I understand exactly what you mean. Thank you very much for giving me that information. It is much, much, much appreciated. Okay. Anyone else want to tell me here? Zahid has said, for registration in nursing. Shalnishni wants to work to register as a nurse in New Zealand. Kahir has said, for GMC registration. Lavi wants to work in European countries, and Dorothy wants to become an orthopedic nurse in Ireland and give a better life to my son. There's the reason. Very nice. Zah TV is set for registration in a professional body and also for employment. Thank you very much, guys. Lovely. A few more comments that come in here. Anita has said, I am taking this test because the UK is my dream destination and I want to migrate to the UK. And of course, for professional development. Would like to work in a foreign country as a nurse. So Anita, you're going for all the reasons. That's so, so nice. All of those reasons for doing so. And of course, guys, we want to help you come across you here because we need you over here. In fact, everyone needs doctors and nurses all over the world. And that's why you're doing it, of course, to improve your own abilities, etc. in all of that. So well done, guys. Thanks a lot for that comment. Now, I want to know, for those who are taking the OET exam already, or for those who are already quite far on in their OET preparation, what is your biggest challenge with OET reading part B? What do you find most difficult about this section of the exam? I've got a few reasons I know already from my OET teaching experience what I think your challenges will be, but please let me know in the chat box as well. Maya Bongwei has said, I want to work in Ireland. Well, Maya Bongwei, I will welcome you with warm arms when you come to Ireland to work over here as a nurse in, or maybe you're a doctor, I'm not sure, in a private practice or within the NHS or the HSC in the south of Ireland as well. So let me know, guys, what is your biggest challenge with reading part B? Let me know, please. Shalini has just said, my challenge is reading. Okay. Dorothy has said the answers can be too similar. Riki has said finding the gist. That can be quite tricky. Finding the gist can be fairly difficult as well. Of course, what is the overall meaning of the reading section that we're doing, which can assist us in our knowledge of that part of the exam and in that reading? Okay, just a couple more comments, then we'll get started. Confusion among two answers, says Shaina. Very good. Shaista has said tricky language in part B. Nina has said difficult to grasp the whole idea. So once again, the gist and in that section. Sharzad has said time limits. You don't have a lot of time for reading part B, and that is all very justified in your difficulty. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for your lovely comments. Okay, now let's start started with a quiz on reading part B. Who is ready for a bit of a quiz to assess what you know about reading part B? Let me know in the chat box, guys. What is what you want to do now with reading part B? Let me know in the chat box, guys. If you're ready for a bit of a quiz. Sharzad has also said not enough time to read and understand the text. Let's get started with a bit of a quiz. People are saying yes, fantastic. Okay, let's get into it. So we have 5 questions. We're going to take them through one by one today. I want you to throw your answers into the chat box, please. So who can tell me how long is reading part B? Question 1, only answer the first question so far. How long is reading part B? Let me know the answers to the comments in the chat box, please. I'm looking forward to seeing it. How long is reading part B? Throw your comments into the chat box, guys. Love to see them. Okay. Some people are saying 15 minutes. Shiny is saying 16 minutes. Dorothy is saying 10 minutes. Andrew Mary saying 15 minutes. Very good. Some people are saying 10 minutes. Some people are saying 40 minutes. Some people are saying 10 minutes. Well, you're all not wrong. Benita is saying 10 minutes. Okay. Let's lock it in. Question number 2. How many exercises are there for reading part B? How many exercises are there for reading part B? I can see some people are getting ahead of themselves here. Okay. Exam stuff is said 45 minutes combined with part C. Okay. So we were saying 8 minutes here. Yeah. All right. Who can also tell me here how many exercises are there? 2, says Sadie. Sharzad says 6. Obonaya has said 6 exercises too. Regina has said 6 questions. A lot of people are saying 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay. Question number 3. How many texts will you have to read? So how many texts do you have to read for reading part B? Let me know, guys. How many texts do you have to read? People are saying 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 for that one as well. Okay. Andrew says tricky 6 texts. Great way of saying it. Okay. Next, what type of task do you have to complete? Okay. So what is the kind of task? And don't say I have to read and answer a question. More detail, please. What is the kind of task that you have to do in reading part B? What exactly is it? Who can tell me? Who can give me more information? And who can give more people more information here? Let me know in the chat box, guys. Let me know. I love interacting with people today, and that's why I want to get you guys involved in the class. I don't want to lecture you the entire time. I want you guys getting involved with me and enjoying yourself. 1 paragraph for each question. Some people are saying 6 questions. Angie has said MCQ, multiple choice questions. Okay. Anyone can give me more detail? And Benita said a memo, notice, policy documents, update guides. Okay. Sharzad said multiple question. Regina has said extract. And Benita has said details. Okay. Final question, guys. Final question. How many marks are there for reading part B? How many marks are there in total for reading part B? Let me know, guys, in the chat box. How many marks are there for reading part B? I think you might have answered this one already. Okay, thanks a lot for these comments coming in. Very good. Yep, people are saying 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay, guys, awesome. Well done. So you know you're reading part B well. Let's now analyze these answers very, very, very quickly. So how long is reading part B? Well, it depends, right? Because someone accurately said earlier on, reading part B and part C are combined and you have 45 minutes for both. So it depends how much time that you want to delegate to both sections. Rough rule of thumb would be probably 15 minutes for part B and the remaining 30 minutes for part C. It is a bit longer. So, but if you could answer each question about 1 to 2 minutes, we'll say 2 minutes actually, I think 1's being a bit on the harsh side. That's how much time you should spend per question. But about 1 to 2 minutes per question. Say 12 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but 15 minutes maximum. How many exercises are there? There are 6 in total. How many texts do you have to read? 6, as there is 1 text per question, and it is fairly short, so it's not too detailed like part C. What type of task do you have to complete? There are 3 answer multiple choice questions, and they pertain to short healthcare workplace texts. So they're about memos, policy, courses of actions, procedures in various medical workplaces. And how many marks are there? Well, 6 questions, 1 mark per question, so 6 marks in total. Well done, guys. Nice work on your OET Part B reading procedure. That's very important to know for the exam, of course. Now, here is an example of a reading Part B task. You'll see on the left-hand side, we have a question statement, or the question statement, yep, sorry. And then we have 3 multiple choice answers, and then we have the text here. The texts often have headings. We're going to go into a bit more detail about why that's important and what you should do about these headings in a minute. So we're going to start off just by analyzing the text really, really, really slowly. So I've got the text here on the screen. I've taken away the questions, and the reason why is because we're going to focus on the text to begin with, so we understand exactly what's in the text, how long is it, and not have the questions distracting us or maybe answering the questions in advance. So as you can see, the texts are fairly short. They're about 100 to 150 words, unlike Part A and, well, definitely Part C. The Part C texts are significantly longer. Now, what you should probably do at the very, very beginning is spend a few seconds skimming. By skimming, we mean, of course, trying to find the key details. Not the key details, sorry, that's scanning. Skimming is trying to get the gist or overall understanding of a text. And that's always useful because it can improve your overall understanding of the text, which can help you in Part B because some of the questions actually pertain to gist. Some of the answer options pertain to that. So it's good for also answering the gist style questions, but also getting a good understanding about what the text is about. Now, you can't go into lots of detail reading this text really slowly. You just don't have the time, and that's why skimming. A few seconds, very, very quick skimming to get the gist. Now, how can this be done? Well, you don't have to read the whole text, but there are a few sections that we can look at to understand what the text is about. The first area, of course, is up here. What is this? And the second area is here. What is this? They are the headings and the topic sentences. They'll pretty much summarize what the text is about at the very, very beginning. So if we read the heading, it says update, improved labeling for allergens. Gives an idea about what this text is about, labeling for allergens-based medication. And then if we read the topic sentence, the very first sentence too, it says health professionals are advised that new rules are being implemented for medicine labels to include improved information about potential allergens. So it's giving us a bit more information about what it's about, and we can use that moving forward. We can expect obviously to hear about medicine labels, labeling, allergens, rules given by health professionals as well. So a very, very good way for us to understand that. Okay, now let's now analyze the question. Okay, it's very important that you do analyze the question and you understand what the question options are about. what the keywords are because you're going to be reading these for detail, okay? Some of the questions do pertain to detail. Some of them pertain to a course of action. Some of them pertain to the gist, etc., etc. So we analyze them by doing the following, okay? We always go to look at the question. We can see the question has a sentence completion. That's what part B is always about. All part B activities will be, we have a sentence at the very beginning, and you need to complete the sentence with one of the 3 answer options here. Now, all of the 3 answer options are potentially correct, okay? So they will be alluded to in the text somewhere. That's why it's very important for you to analyze the details around that, because you will be able to eliminate the answers, the 2 incorrect answers, and you will be able to ascertain what the correct answer is. So this wording in all 3 answer options, some of these answers will appear in the text, but it's about reading around the details and getting the finer meaning to complete that sentence. Now, how can we do that? Well, we're going to start off with some keyword analysis. By keyword analysis, I mean the following: the content and the meaningful words. Sorry, that's a typographical error there. That should be a G. We have nouns, verbs, adjectives, or modals, etc. should be analyzed. Let's start looking through these one by one, okay? Well, according to the update, that might be important. There's something alluding to the update. Allergens, obviously a word that will be referenced many times. Do not. So it's giving an instruction here. We need to find something that alludes to something not happening. We, of course, have then written, packaging. So update, allergens, do not, written, packaging would be our keywords here. In our answer options, medicine is, of course, important. Intended, so a very important verb there. Taken, mouth. What words in the text might mean taken, mouth? Medicine, intended, taken, mouth in relation to this. B, medicine, of course, again, administration. Unlikely, so you can see our verbs which give and our modals which give shades of meaning are really, really, really important to analyze, because some of the details might be in terms of, does the text actually refer to the same shade of meaning via some of these verbs and these modals. Unlikely results, reaction. And then C, small amount, allergen, medicine. Okay. So start off by looking at our nouns, our verbs, our adjectives, and our modals by really, really paying attention as well to the words which give a shade of meaning, and instructions as well. Do not would be really important. Intended, unlikely, small are very, very important words to analyze. So we start off analyzing the keywords. You would do that in the day, underline a few of them, read them, highlight them, whatever you need to do to understand exactly what they are about. Then we'll get into the main activity, which is, of course, your answer option and text analysis. Reading part B is not just about finding the correct answer. It's simultaneously really important that you try to eliminate the incorrect answers as well. Because as I said, all 3 answer options are possible. And if you, of course, start by looking at A, looking through the text, oh yeah, I can find something. It says something about ticking. I'm like, oh, I think that's the right answer because I found the wording there. Tick. It might not be, because, as I said, all the answer options are potential options. You have to look through why it could be the right answer, why it might not be, and there will be clues to indicate why it's not the right answer, while looking at the other options by eliminating and ascertaining the correct answer. That's what we're going to practice now. We're going to practice analyzing the correct answers while eliminating the incorrect answers and giving a reason for that. So here we have our first activity today, question option on the left-hand side, and then the text option here. Let's start looking through them, okay? So we're looking at A. We're going to color code this today. A is red, B is yellow, and C is green. So as I said here, according to the update, allergens do not need to be written on the packaging if the medicine is intended to be taken by mouth. Let's start reading around here. We can see in some circumstances, allergens do not need to be declared on the medicine label. Okay, we're getting somewhere. For example, some substances may only cause a reaction if they are administered orally and therefore don't have to be declared if the medicine is for topical use only. Okay, So we've seen that this sentence alludes to this sentence, but let's analyze it a bit more. So we have keywords like administered orally. Okay, that refers to taken by mouth. Don't have to be declared. Okay, so this is obviously referring to this as well. Do not need written on the packaging if the medicine is only for topical use. So reading that question, answer option, looking at the highlighted text, what does this do? Does this confirm the answer or does it deny the answer? Well, it's actually false, as we can see. It's false because can cause reactions if taken by mouth, okay? But the question option is saying that it doesn't need to be written on the packaging if taken by mouth. So it says only if it's for topical use, aka applying on the skin. But if you're taking it by mouth, then it can cause a reaction. So A is false because we read around the options and then we've seen that it's incorrect. We've eliminated that one. Let's now have a look at B. So according to the update, allergens do not need to be written on the packaging if medicine administration is unlikely to result in a reaction. Once again, the same sentences. In some circumstances, allergens do not need to be declared on the medicine label. For example, some substances can only cause a reaction if they are administered orally and therefore don't have to be declared in medicines for topical use. So once again, the same text alludes to the answer. And I think, oh yeah, but it does show I wouldn't be taking a topical medicine orally. So therefore it is unlikely to cause a reaction, right? So this is a potential answer. It's referred to in the text and it is logical. So we can put a question mark here going, this could actually be a potential answer. But we have one more to analyze, and that is C. So C says there is a small amount of the allergen in the medicine. Okay, so let's see if we can find the text here. Okay, once again at the very end. For example, some substances may only cause a reaction if they're administered orally and therefore don't have to be declared if the medicine is only for topical use. And some substances are only declared if there is a certain amount in the product. Okay, so we read here, okay, this alludes to it. Some substances are only declared if there is a certain amount in the product. Right, this could be a potential answer. I see. So we got two potential answers now. But which one's better? Now, we actually analyze this word, and. This makes a big difference because it links this area to this part of the clause. And that says that only if they are being applied properly. So that would then mean that, okay, it's based on this and this, but not just C by itself. So because of that, it is referred to in the text, but dependent on another sentence clause. So while it's correct, it can exist by itself. So, another potential answer. Which one do we think is best based on our reading of that text? Well, as I said, B was very, very likely referred to in the text and is logical. C is referred to in the text, but it's dependent on another sentence clause which doesn't really back that up. Therefore, I can eliminate C and pick B as my correct answer. Medicine administration is unlikely to end in a reaction, and it happens here in this sentence. That's what it is referred to. So there's an example of how we can look through the text, find the correct answer while eliminating the incorrect answers. Okay, let's try with another example. Here we have example task 2. We're going to start off by analyzing the text, analyzing the headings, get an understanding of our gist. So as remember, in the text to begin with, very, very quickly, take note of your headings and your subheadings and your topic sentence for the gist. So it says here, to all staff, we can see it's an email or a letter, but more like an email. Subject, recent accidents, linen. Okay, so now we know what's being written, who it's to, and what it's about. Recent accidents with linen. And then also the topic sentence. In recent days, there have been a number of minor accidents due to overfilled linen skips being left along the ward in non-allocated areas. So that's basically what this is about. Unsafe practice with linen skips and how that is harming people inside the ward, for example. Okay, so we analyzed the text. Now we're going to go through the exact same process we did last time. The second thing we're going to do is analyze the keywords. So here we have the question. We know it's an email. Okay, remind staff that they should. So it's giving instructions there, a modal to indicate advice or instructions. That they should never, okay, So it's another one of our modal verbs. We have linen skips, unattended, ward. Never leave linen skips unattended on the ward. It seems like a very, very strict instruction. And then we have B, not enter an instruction with the negative. Dirty linen room without authorization. C, avoid, this is all very important, this sentence, because so many important words. Avoid placing soiled linen in bags unless the skip is already full. So we've highlighted the key content words, our nouns, our verbs, our adjectives, and our modals, etc. To understand exactly what the text is about, what we're completing in the answer options, and we're highlighting words that give shades of meaning. Never, not enter, avoid. Can we find anything in the text which might give away that answer? Okay, let's go through the process now of eliminating the incorrect answers while trying to find what the correct answer is. Let's go through it step by step. Okay, so A, never leave linen skips unattended in the ward. Okay, in recent days, there have been a number of minor accidents due to overfilled linen skips being left along the ward in non-allocated areas. This creates an unsafe environment for our patients, staff, and visitors and must be avoided at all costs. So it all has been alluded here in this section, but is there anything that will give a shade of meaning and back up that option? Right, must be avoided at all costs. So this would allude then in synonyms, paraphrase to never leave linen skips, must be avoided at all costs. So based on that, I think A is a potential answer. It's referenced in the text and it makes sense and is logical. So we can put down A as a maybe for now. Remember, we're not writing the correct answer straight away because we want to also spend a bit of time eliminating the other answers and giving ourselves a higher chance of being correct for this. Let's now analyze B. So not enter the dirty linen room without authorization. We keep reading. Oh, it says down here, the linen skips should immediately be transported to the dirty linen room for collection. Okay, so based on that, what do we think? Does it say not enter the dirty linen room without authorization? We can see that dirty linen room has been emphasized here, but is there anything that talks about entering without authorization? It's referenced in dirty linen room, but it doesn't match the meaning of the answer option. There's nothing there to suggest that you cannot enter without authorization. So based on that, I'm going to eliminate that as an answer option because it doesn't really say anything which gives any meaning. It's pretty obvious that it's not actually an answer option at this point. Okay. Finally, C. Let's see if we get anything for C here. Avoid placing soiled linen in bags unless the skip is already full. Let's skim and scan through the text. Can we find anything which alludes to that? Okay, it says here, any soiled linen must be placed in skips with a bag inserted at the point of generation, for example, at the bedside, and should only be filled to a maximum of 3/4 capacity to avoid overflow. So is there anything here which talks about avoid them placing in the skip unless it's already full? Well, it actually contradicts the answer option meaning, as it says here, unless the skip is already full, but it says here maximum of 3/4 capacity to avoid overflow. Okay, so it doesn't actually mention about it, don't put it in unless it's full. So it actually contradicts the answer option here. Therefore, we can eliminate C as one of our potential answers. And due to that, eliminated B, eliminated C. We can therefore see that A is the correct answer. Well done, Vanitha, who answered it much, much earlier for me. Fantastic. So we can see A is the correct answer. It's the best answer option out of them all. It's the only one which references the text, and therefore we can eliminate the others entirely. Now, I know some of them are more difficult. Some of them might actually reference the text, and it might be a bit more unclear in terms of which one is correct and which one isn't correct. But as we can see, this is why this is what it is. Okay, guys, well done. So let's review the skills that we've practiced today in this class. First thing you want to do, of course, is learn the format of the exam. Many of you guys know exactly how long you should spend in part B, how many questions there are, what kind of questions there are, how many marks there are. If you're new to this class or watching in the future, make sure you learn it and you know exactly what's happening on the big day of the exam. Start by very quickly skimming the text. To get an idea of the gist, the areas you should look at include headings, subheadings, and the topic sentence to give yourself an understanding about what is to come. Remember, the answer could pertain to gist, detail, or the main point. So it does involve slightly different ways of looking at it. But gist, obviously, of course, the sentence option, which gives you the main point of the entire text, or a detail that we looked at in those two previous answers. So make sure that you're aware about how all of those involve analyzing it slightly differently. Highlight your question answer option keywords to improve your accuracy. Underline them, circle them, highlight them so that you can cross-examine them much easier while reading the text. And make sure you go through the 3 answer options to both identify potential correct answers and eliminate incorrect answers. As I said, all 3 of them are potentially correct answers. So you want to eliminate the incorrect ones and ascertain the correct ones. Assess the best answer option based on your analysis. Which one does make sense? Which one doesn't make sense? Have I eliminated any? Are there any that are illogical, etc., etc.? Base your answer option on that. And then finally, of course, practice makes perfect. Do them again and again and again and again and again until you see your score get up to the section that you want. You want feedback, you want improvement, you want high quality materials to do so to make sure you're able to pass the OET reading exam. Putting all of this into practice. Okay, we've analyzed a couple of skills today. We're now going to do a mock exam. We're going to look through 6 different question options for reading part B. But I'm going to throw it over to you guys this time. I want you to practice what we put into practice today with some mock exam activities for today. Who is ready to do a mock exam? Let me know in the comments, guys. Who would like to do a little mock exam today? Let me know, please, in the comments. I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm sure you guys are all going to say, yes, of course. I would love to do it. I would love to see the mock exam today. Let me know in the comments, please. There we go. Andrew, very good. Andrew has said yes. Vinitha has said yes as well. Awesome, awesome. Andrew's also said reference, matching, logical keyword. There we go. Please take away that technique today, Andrew. Thank you very much. Okay. Anita, Geerth, Vanish, everyone is saying ready. Let's get started with a mock exam, guys. Okay. Here we go. So before we begin, I want to remind everyone that for coming along today, we at Swoosh English want to help you pass your OET exam. And of course, as I said, high quality materials and feedback is essential. So for today only, going into next week, anyone who's come today is going to get a massive 20% off our Swoosh English OET preparation courses. For the first 15 signups only, and it's valid until Sunday midnight. To do that, all you have to do, of course, is to take our discount code, enter code OET Live 20 off, and put that into the coupon code on our website at swooshenglish.com. So enter code OET Live 20 off to get 20% off our Swoosh English OET preparation courses. And that's very useful if you want more classes like this on OET Reading Part B. If you want access to all of our mock exams so you can practice your skills again and again and get a bit better with that. One more time, OET Live 20 off to get 20% off your Swoosh English courses. Okay, guys, let's get started with the mock exam. I've timed it for a minute. I'm going to see if I can keep it nice and snappy today, but if anyone needs a little bit more time, you're more than welcome to do so. So it says up here, the guideline says that before going on a short break, the nurse must speak to the colleague who will take over the care of the patient, keep a written record of who has agreed to look after the patient, and ensure that the patient's documentation is up to date on the system. Skim the text, analyze the headings and the topic sentence, highlight your key words, go through a process of elimination with the answer options, and give your best answer based on that logic. Okay, guys, let's start. Good luck. Okay, guys, how did you get on? There wasn't a lot of time there. Let's see how you can get on. If anyone is saying that it's not clear, I'm streaming this video in 1080p full definition. So if it's not clear, please change your screen resolution or use a higher, use a larger screen, for example. Don't view it on your phone. Okay, so let's have a look at the answer options. Please throw them in. We have Sharzad has said A, Vinitha has said B, Shajina has said C, Hannah has said A, Chinu's World has also said A as well. Den SC has said A. Okay. We have a few other people saying A, 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 A. Okay, so A appears to be the predominant answer. Okay, let's analyze and see what it is. Okay, so the answer to this one, in fact, was A for those who got it correct. Speak to the colleague who will take over care of the patient. And here is the answer option for doing so. A short break handover occurs between the nurse responsible for the patient and the nurse who is assuming responsibility for the patient. This comprises of a short verbal handover focusing on the greatest risk for the patient and is essential to uphold safety during this short break. Okay, so speak to the colleague who will take over care of the patient, and that is why it is so important. Safety during this short break. Well done to those that got it correct. Let's look at answer option B now. So once again, guys, one more minute. The main point of the memo is to specify the rights of patients, confirm details of hospital policy, inform staff of a new set of procedures. Okay, so have a look through and see what you can find. Okay, guys, once again, put in your answers. Hannah has said B. Geeth has said B. Let's see who else we have here. There might be a slight delay between the feeds. That's fine. We have Siddharth has said B. Lissy has said C. Dana has said C as well. But throw your comments in. Regina said B. Ansay B. Parry said B. Jisha has said A. And SR has also said A as well. Shar said B. Shinu B, etc., etc. Okay, let's have a look and analyze the answer options. So the answer to this one was in fact B. I'm very happy to see that most people had done this and answered it correctly. The main point of the memo, so the clue in this is that we're looking at the main idea or the gist, is to confirm the details of hospital policy. Let's start looking at, for a main detail question, we're going to definitely look at the topic sentence and the heading. The memorandum is a reminder to all staff, including contract pool agency staff, students, and volunteers, of the rules governing the use of handheld devices within the hospital. Okay, so we know it's a reminder about handheld devices. In the very end, it said any breach of this policy will result in disciplinary action. Once again, the word policy has been referred here, and that's how we can see that is the answer. So included in this is that the main point will often be evident in the very beginning, in the topic headings, the reading headings and the main topic sentence. Nice work, guys. Okay, 2 out of 2. Let's go on to example number 3. The purpose of the memo about surgical hand scrub is to inform staff of recent changes to procedures. stress the importance of particular techniques, remind staff to prepare to a set of new regulations. 1 minute, guys. Good luck. Okay, guys, how did you get on? Put your answer now into the chat box. What do you think it was? I'll give you a bit of time because I think there's a slight delay in some of the feeds. That's completely fine. But let me know what you think the answer was. We have B. We have B, says Parry. Caroline says B. Ricky says B. Siddharth says B as well. Hannah has said B. Frankie has said C. Den has said B as well. Okay, I'll ask for a few more comments, but most people seem to be suggesting that B is in fact the answer. Okay, well, let's analyze that and see if you were correct. I hope that you were. So the correct answer was actually A for this one. The purpose of the memo about surgical hand scrub is to inform staff of recent changes to procedure. So let's have a look and see why that answer is. So we read through here, we see keywords like according to regulations. So that would suggest that something may be changing. A revised optimal surgical hand scrub time of 3 minutes, revised meaning something has changed, has been introduced based on published research by both the Association of Perioperative Registered Nurses and the Center of Disease Control. And that's what it is telling people about, that this has changed. A few other things are unchanged, but it has been changed overall. And the key word here is revised. And that is why A is the correct answer. Okay, question number 4, guys. Have a read. The notice about summer heat aims to warn staff that exceptional weather conditions are forecast, inform staff of a likely increase in pediatric admissions, and C, ensure that staff seek special advice when necessary. Let's start the timer. You've got about 1 minute. Good luck. All right, guys, well done. Throw your comments into the chat box. Let me know how you got on. Linumol has said A, Vanitha has said C, Deja Vu has said C as well. Exam Stuff has said C. And let's see what other answers we have here. So Regina has said C, Andrew has said A, Caroline has said C, Ilayuki A, Zahir Bashir A, Raja A, Ansi A, Kasia A, Andrew C. Okay. So good, a number of answers are coming through so far. Let's see what we think the answer was. So the answer option for this one was C. C was correct for those that got that correct. Well done. And we'll see why. It says ensure that staff seek specialist advice when necessary. Okay, so it does actually allude to weather forecast conditions are going to change, but it doesn't say that exceptional forecast changes are exceptional weather conditions are forecast. It said that these usually happen every year, but that wouldn't be a forecast. Instead, this is a better answer option. The emergency department is prepared to deal with increasing patient numbers as the temperature rises. Specialist advice, aka the emergency department. And more so, it is therefore imperative to discuss any such medications the patient may have in their possession or require and are related queries with the attending doctor or pharmacist. Once again, more specialist advice. That's why we can see that C is the correct answer. And well done to those who did get that correct. Okay, question number 5. The extract from the policy document about high alert medication sets out procedures for dealing with problems in obtaining them, for avoiding errors that could cause harm to patients, and for checking that the correct dose has been prescribed. Take a minute, and I will now start the timer. Good luck. Beep, 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 beep. The alarm has gone. So what do we think the answer was to that one, guys? Shinny has already said B for an answer to that one. Guys, keep your answers coming in. Riki, Princey, Zahir, Raquel, Pari, Caroline, Rotzen, NSR are also all saying B as well. Good. Deja Vu, George, Suman, everyone's saying B. By good, I mean I hope that you all got it right. Imagine you all got it wrong. That would be horrible. I would feel so awful. But let's analyze now. The good news is that the answer is B. Fantastic. We all got that one right. So for avoiding errors that could cause harm to patients. Well, good. So high alert medications carry an increased risk of causing significant patient harm when used in error. And then this whole section here talks about what can be done to ensure that the errors don't happen and the patients do not get hurt when it is happening. So well done to those. I don't need to analyze that much more. Most of you did get it right. Awesome. Okay, last question in our mock exam. The extract from the guidelines about searches informs us that these can only be carried out with the patient's consent. Any dangerous items found must be confiscated immediately. And C, the main purpose is to protect both staff and patients from harm. 1 minute, guys. Good luck. And that's it, guys. The mock exam is completed. So please put in your answers to the final question 6. We have Girth and Shinny has said C. Anyone else? We have Shabs, Riki, Andrew, Caroline, Ansi. Oh, sorry, Caroline has said C. Ansi Edesomwan has said B. And a few others have said C. A few others have said A as well. So a bit more of a mixed bag in this one. Okay, well, let's now analyze and see exactly what it was. The answer to this one was C. So a few people got that one correct. Nice. Let's analyze. The main purpose is to protect both staff and patients from harm. So both staff and patients. As the safety of patients, visitors, and staff of mental health services is paramount. Patients should not have access to items are in a dangerous way which may lead to them harming themselves or others. Themselves or others refers to both staff and patients. Visitors and mental health services is paramount. So as you can see, it does allude to both here. Oh, I'm not actually sharing my screen. Sorry, I apologize about that. Here we go. As the safety of patients, visitors, and staff of mental health services is paramount, patients should not have access to the items that are in any way dangerous or which may lead to them harming themselves or others. Key word here for this one. Who got that correct? Well done, guys. So throw in your marks. Let me know how well you did in reading part C. Vanitha has said that she got an amazing 5 out of 6, a very, very respectable score. So well done. Anyone else want to share their marks with me? You are more than welcome to do so. If you don't want to, that's completely fine. But of course, I would love to know how you guys got on today in our mini mock exam. Okay. Hiba has said 6 out of 6. Yes. Girth has said 5 out of 6. George has said 4 out of 6. Sumraya has said 5 out of 6. Deja Vu, 5 out of 6. Sharzad, 4 out of 6. And Frankie, 4 out of 6 as well. And just so you know, guys, I mean, you were doing that a bit quicker than you might have to do that in the exam as well. So the fact that you were being so accurate in a short period of time, nice work. Well done for that overall. Now, guys, thanks a lot for coming along today. I hope that you enjoyed that class. So I want to review everyone's skills. Make sure, of course, that you learn the format of the exam session. Skim the text very quickly, headings and subheadings. Remember, the answer could pertain to just detail or the main point. Highlight your key question answer options to improve your accuracy. And then make sure you go through all answer options, finding what you think is the correct answer and what you think is the incorrect answer, and eliminate the ones that are not good while taking your best answer. Analyze the best answer option, select it, and then practice and practice and practice and practice some more. It's really, really important that you do get feedback, you do practice with high quality materials to see your reading score go up time after time. So we at Swoosh English do a live class every week with OET Official on their Facebook and YouTube channels. The next class is we alternate between reading, speaking, listening, speaking. So the next class next week is our OET mock exam speaking pracky. I can't even speak right now. Speaking practice session Thursday, actually Friday. Sorry, oh my bad. Let me just double check that. Friday, 18th of June. 9 a.m. UK time, not Thursday, Friday, 18th of June, 9 a.m. UK time. So you want to come along to that, please come along to that session. And as a reminder, guys, you can see at the bottom of the screen, but we want to give you a big discount for coming along to this class today. So if anyone is still looking for OET preparation materials and wants to study with a premium preparation provider as well as an OET All-Star, then we're currently offering 20% off all of our Swoosh English OET courses. If you're wanting access to that, well, all you have to do is type in discount code OET Live 20 off to get access to that, to all of our courses, a bit of money off. So OET Live 20 off, and you will get money off your OET preparation course. It does say there in the comments, guys, that we do recommend that you take on our deluxe course. And I'm going to show you now very, very quickly a bit of information about our deluxe course and why I think that is the best option for you. So just give me one little second while I share my screen and tell you a bit more information about our deluxe course. Give me 1 little second, guys. I'll just pull that up 1 second, guys. Give me a little minute. Here we go. Should have had this loaded. Okay. Guys, here is our deluxe package. Now, it's for $189, but you do get access to that course for 1 year. But also you get 20% off, so it's less than $150. As a deluxe option, you will get access to everything that we at Swoosh English offer, and make sure it's very, very important for you to pass your exam the first time. It includes our self-study video courses on listening, speaking, reading, and writing. You get access to an OET exam readiness test, so you can actually test yourself in your OET exam abilities long before you actually do the exam for only a fraction of the price. You'll get a score, know where you have to improve on, how long it'll take you with our procedure. You get access to 6 sets of reading and listening mock exams with post-exam mock analysis videos with scored feedback, as well as 6 sets of reading and writing case notes. Now, that makes it great value because you did a mock exam today with us for speaking. Imagine getting 6 more of those. We have a 7-day-a-week writing correction service. You're getting essential feedback on your OET writing. And with our package, you'll get 10 of your OET letters corrected and fed back with our expert teachers. We also have, you get access to all of our classes, of which there are 14 hours per week of live classes at numerous times throughout the day. And if you can't attend any of those classes, then you will get access to our live class recordings, so you can watch them at any time if you are, of course, too busy to come on board and watch a class at any point. Now, people might think, okay, 189, that's expensive. But if you think about how many times it takes you to pass the OET exam, then it's much, much cheaper than taking the exam 4 times, only $189 minus 20%, so less than $150 for access to our deluxe package. So guys, thanks a lot for coming along today. Make sure, of course, you use that discount code OETLive20. You can see it at the bottom of the screen here as a coupon code, and get on board with a Swoosh English course ASAP. We want to help you pass the exam, as we help thousands of students pass their exam before. Get access to more classes like this, more expert teacher feedback, and more confidence in taking your exam. So guys, thanks a lot for coming on board today to the class. If you enjoyed this session, please give me a like, please give me a heart, please don't give me an angry face. I don't like it when I get angry faces. And let me know how you appreciate the class. I'm so appreciative of people coming along today. And to those who are taking the exam tomorrow, best of luck with your exam preparation. I hope that you ace it. I hope that you do really well. And yeah, make sure that you keep coming along to these classes. I love to see all of you again next week. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care. Have a great day, and bye-bye.